Whew. All right. Welcome to the Comic Wrestling Podcast. This is another episode of The Comic Shop. I am winded, tired, hungry, mostly always confused. The wild card, Ace Williams, along for this, I'd say ride, but we're always off the track. So along for this,
I'm Deadly Dave.
Marcadius.
And we're just three guys just fucking looking for a break.
From reality.
Yeah, bud. Fuck all. That's all I gotta say. I'm just so tired after just exerting energies to get up and do that.
Plugging stuff in and unplugging it is hard work.
Ooh! I better clog my arteries with some Madison Square Garden.
No MSG.
MSG! Today on the shop, we're going to talk about movie talk. That's kind of just all I got this side over here. Theme. There's a listing there. I don't know why I put the listing for the viewers to see, because you can't see that. Maybe you can. It's kind of for me, and I don't even remember what it says. But we got a thing going on here. We're just going to talk about shit. But as we talk about things, I got to find it. Oh, God, Mark, what are you doing there?
I was supposed to rewatch something for this.
Oh, I think I left it up there.
What's that?
Come on, grab it. The Blu-ray DVD. Is that the Captain America one?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Wait a minute. 2 and 2? One of these days we'll get this show on the road the right way.
We will. We're only a year and a half into it, but, you know.
If you don't like what we have going on, leave a fucking comment! Right?
Yeah, right.
Tell me you fucking want to punch me in the face! Here's 20 for you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You got your money?
Yep.
Okay. So, on the Captain America episode of the Comic Wrestling Podcast Comic Shop, that's a cheap plug, and a plug with that plug.
That was a fun episode.
That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
We thought it was... I apologize to you guys because I didn't mean to make you guys watch that movie. I'm glad we did, though.
Wow.
But I thought it was this Captain America movie. Just
Bad. Captain
America, the Collector's Edition. It's on Blu-ray. This came out in the 90s. That's all you get from me because I didn't research. But the Deadly One browsed the web of internet and found us this DVD to enjoy here today. Hopefully it's better than the other one. It's got at least has a real villain in it.
Yeah.
Whether he looks like the tip of a dog's penis, who decides that it's still a villain. So I'll turn the TV on. The DVD's already going, the main menu, but the TV's not, only because the menu gives away a lot of action.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't want to see the movie before.
I don't like menus that play parts of the movie.
Not until after I've seen the movie, and then I'm
Right.
like, oh, okay, the main menu's cool then. See, but like this, nope.
Cool.
We're gonna skip right into it.
Don't do that.
Go right play into the movie. I'm gonna pause it for a minute. All right, 21st Jump Street. That's not what this is.
Cool.
Turn it down a wee bit. But before we get into this, on today's shop, like I said, we're gonna talk movies. We're gonna do a review of Scoob.
Zoinks.
Scoob.
Ruh-roh. So we would be doing a review of the Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, that was...
You saw it, I saw it, and you saw it.
That's different.
I think it's, from our, we're not going to do a review right now, but I think it's unanimous that we all enjoyed this movie, to a degree. Yes. For whatever reason, we all enjoyed it. There's the Captain America movie. Let me get my stuff out of the way right there. That's fine. That's good. That's good. Right there. That's good right there. Shrimp rolls. You know what? This is like my podcast or my episode right now, so.
Shrimp rolls. That Bolton recovery is still outside. No one came and got it.
Don't be afraid to talk, fellas. I'm gonna eat this.
You're gonna eat that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's a good shrimp roll. Shrimp roll, #1 SmackDown treat.
#1 podcast treat.
#1 podcast. We reached out to Funaki's people.
He has people?
The Kung Fu crew. And he declined to come on to the podcast. But that's alright, because see, everything has like a setup. I know what I'm doing, play moment by moment, right?
Okay.
But we do have a guest today.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I saw something.
He's a little rough around the edges.
Yeah.
But mine, he's polite. He's kind of got a catchphrase. And some people
He's
think
really fun at parties.
I've never partied with a dude. But he some people say he's even out of this world.
Uh-oh.
You got it, right?
Yeah.
Fucking funny, bang bang!
Oh boy. I can't wait to see this.
Yeah.
I don't know why Ace always has to go get our special guests, though.
Yeah.
Seems kind of weird.
I think he's helping him out.
It's Korg.
Hey, man!
I found Korg, man. Very special guest from the Thor movies. It's Korg, everybody. You got anything to say?
Hey, Cord.
So you have a spaceship out there?
You don't see anything? Anybody? You want to embarrass me in front of my friends, Korg?
Don't worry, you do that on your own. Oh, wow.
He's going to jump on a spaceship and get out of here, huh? Well, that's our very special guest. His name's Korg.
He's going to hang around in the background today?
He's going to chill out there and squish on slugs. He's going to step on slugs.
Are those eggs, or is that some type of
He's
protoplasm?
dead. Oh, he died. Hey! Hey!
Oh, jeez.
You mouthy fucking prick! So, that was just a special guest.
I like it.
Fun.
We're having fun.
And we have Taika Waititi somewhere. Oh, he's in the basement.
Oh.
Of the Alamo.
Cut. Cut.
Cut, Frank.
We're done. Finished.
Yeah.
So, we're also going to do... What? Are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing.
We're going to do a review. Or,
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to talk about this. I can't wait.
I knew you'd love it.
We've got some other features that I'd like to talk about as well. We will get the movie going, and then we will jump into some things. Cord. Hey man, I'm watching a movie and doing a podcast. You want to shut the fuck up, eh? Jump on your spaceship and
You like those
go.
motherfuckers in the back of the theater talking.
Listen here, Dwayne Johnson! Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Because he's a rook. Mark, what year did that say on that movie? Did you missed it?
Yeah.
Don't say 21st century, because I'll tell you what.
I didn't see it.
So first up, I guess we will do the
Corey's gonna talk.
He's an ongoing joke. We're gonna do the review of Scoob, the 2020. That was a pretty good Shaggy. That was a pretty good one. So this came out on video on demand. What was it? DVD.
It went, instead of going to the theater, it went to, like, you could pre-purchase that.
Video on
Yeah,
demand?
for like $30.
It was a huge hit there. It made a lot of money.
Yeah, it did.
I was skeptical personally to see it because I want a live action. There's no reason in this day and age we can't have a good live action Scooby-Doo movie. But this was great, I honestly thought. Scott Paulin is the Red Skull. That's what it just said right there. That might be a little loud.
Goddamned Nazis.
At least there's Nazis in this one, guys. Right?
At least there's an actual Captain America in this one.
Right. Oh, look at this.
Oh,
I'm Russian. He looks Russian.
Wow.
I've never seen a Nazi in any other movie look like that, with a hat like that.
Yeah, looks like he's got one of the Three Stooges hairpiece on.
They
Well,
just
the
killed.
budget for this was probably not a lot.
It's better than the other one. The voices in this I thought were pretty good. I did not really love Will Forte as Shaggy. I thought he was kind of annoying.
Yeah, it did get annoying at times, yeah.
Like, it just
I
felt
like
like
Will
Will
Forte,
Forte being annoying.
He kind of went in and out of the voice at times, too.
Mhm.
Like, it wasn't consistent.
Right. I agree with that. Fred Welker, the original Scooby-Doo, returns as Scooby-Doo in this, which
Yeah.
is very cool. Oh, man, they're forcing him to watch his parents get murdered? This is already better.
It's like little Brucey Wayne.
No, it's Magneto.
Oh, yeah.
Get it? Because it's...
Same universe.
Well, no. I mean, yes, but no. I'm going because of the first X-Men movie.
Right. Mommy!
Get out of here. Zac Efron was Fred.
I had to look him up.
Which I thought was great, just because...
Wow.
Put him in more things where he's not that stereotypic
Yeah.
character that, we all hated.
Yeah.
I don't know who played Daphne. The chick... Here we go. When you said you saw this movie, you told me they made her Puerto Rican or Venezuelan.
Yeah.
Why did you say that?
She sounded like it.
But why did you say it like they made her? Were you saying it as like you were upset that they did that?
She's always been a dorky white girl.
Did you see that? Did you see that dog? Did you guys see that dog?
No.
Look at that thing!
Oh, God.
This
That's
movie's
a rat.
already better!
That was a rat.
I don't know what it was, but get it the fuck away from me. This movie's already cooler.
Already 10 times better.
Look, it's the Fez. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I took it when you told me they made her Venezuelan as like
way more than...
like you were pushing their agenda, as in...
She did speak Spanish at one point.
But it doesn't... It didn't bother me, because it doesn't...
Oh, okay. Right, I mean, that was the one... I don't know, if I had to pick one thing, I didn't really care for that.
Why?
I don't know, I just...
It didn't change the story or nothing.
No, but...
What if they came out and told you Han Solo was gay? Would you be like, oh, well, now I'm not really sure if I think he's a cool smuggler of dicks. A cock smuggler!
So it didn't bother you at all?
No!
Okay.
It bothered me more that you made it a point that it should have bothered me. Right? Isn't that basically what I said to you when you were here the other day? Because it didn't bother me at all.
Okay.
I thought, when you told me that, I'm thinking, oh shit, they're going to like Venezuela because there's like the chupacabra.
They definitely traveled quite a bit.
They did. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
I did.
I mean, I really did. From the little bowling pin monsters to... Help me out.
Dick Dastardly.
Dick Dastardly, yeah.
The incorporation of Muttley, like I was so happy with that.
His whole motivation to get his dog back.
But really to get the treasure at the same time.
Too. Yep. It's very, very cool. I mean, it made Dick... That's who he was in the cartoon.
Yep.
Just an asshole.
I could have sworn that it was Jeremy Irons doing the voice of Dick Dastardly, but it wasn't.
I think it was Jason Isaacs.
Frank Isaacs, Jason Isaacs.
The guy that
like
played... he was Captain Hook. In the Pan movie. I know he was in other shit. You guys would know him too.
I mean, when I saw him on the extra features, I recognized or the outtakes, I recognized his face.
You'll know who he is. I don't know who played the chocolate girl. I'm not gonna say black anymore. I'm gonna say chocolate because black girls like to be called chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Sexy chocolate women.
Yeah.
Redondo Beach, California. This doesn't look like the 40s anymore. This straight up looks like the 60s. No, I guess
This must
it
be
doesn't.
little Steven.
Get your fingers out of the lemonade, you little cocksuckers! We're having cake and cookies. We don't edit ourselves.
Jason Isaacs.
That's what I said. Did you look up his face?
Yeah.
I liked Mark Wahlberg.
I did too. I thought he was
Blue Falcon.
funny. Blue Falcon.
I don't know him from like anything.
What? You don't recognize that dude's face? You recognize that face. I recognize that face. War rages on in Pacific and Europe. There you go. There's your subtle little... There's Cap. There's Steve. There's Steve Rogers.
That guy?
Sure, why not? Blonde hair, he's got blue eyes, he's got a chin
Yeah.
made of goddamn granite.
He could make a Steve.
He could make it... I'd like to see the people that made a Steve. You know what I'm saying? Mama and Papa Cap'n.
Oh boy.
That looks like the mother that is in, anybody correct me on the comment section, that was in the Christmas Story.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, she does.
The mom. Who's my little piggy?
Who is great? Which
That
is
fucking...
great.
I hate that scene because growing up in a time like that, you know that wasn't allowed, because I grew up 30 years later and I'd get the shit kicked out of me for mixing my peas and my carrots, let alone sticking my face in the goddamn potatoes like a pig at the table. My grandparents would have brought out the goddamn fucking cattle prod and just done me right there.
Eat your peas now.
I had a seizure, and no wonder people question me. Red Skull right there.
Yeah.
Look at his ugly fucking face. I don't
Tommy
know.
Wiseau.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi.
We're going to do that. We're going to watch that in one of these episodes, or for an episode.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's a funny movie.
That's great.
But yeah, I thought this movie was just great because they touched on like a lot of the Hanna-Barbera stuff. It was... What destroys rocks in Pokemon? Water?
Just like normal type ground.
Throw some paper at him. Rock,
I
paper,
don't have
scissors.
any. Shit, that's a thinker right there. Thinker? Stinker.
Okay, one thing I have to say that I did not like.
Get it out, man.
Okay.
I'm tired of rambling myself.
People that talked about this movie to me said, "Oh my God, Tracy Morgan as Captain Caveman. He fucking steals the movie." I liked it, but it did not steal the fucking
Dude,
movie.
you were
for
one
me.
of the dudes that jumped off the top of the...
I
you
thought-
heard he was in it. You were
I
like,
know. I was so excited, and I was like, that was fucking... It was not anything of what they were talking about. It was not over the top like I expected.
No,
it was
well,
just
I mean-
Tracy Morgan being Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying.
I expected him to
liked
go
it.
more... I liked it. I just expected him to go more into the character than he did.
Sure.
You know?
That's why I hope they do a second when he kind of comes back as like the reoccurring member
Right.
of the Scooby-Doo gang, because I could definitely see them doing another one. I mean, right in the end credits, they had Jabberjaw, they had Magilla Gorilla,
Yeah.
Hong Kong Phooey was he was on. When they're getting chased by, I think, the little bowling pins, they throw two things, like a couple of things in front of the door, and Hong Kong Phooey is like painted on one of the sides of it.
Okay.
I don't know who you do as a villain, though, because Dick Dastardly is, like, basically the only Hanna-Barbera villain that I know of. I mean, you've got other ones, but...
He's the main one.
Yeah, I can't even think of, like,
Unless,
another
like,
villain.
Muttley breaks him out or something, or somehow you get him back. They always find a way to get the villain back, so...
I'm trying to think, like, what other villain could there be, though, that's not...
I haven't watched those cartoons in so long, I can't even think of any.
But I'd like to see the Flintstones, the Jetsons.
Yes.
Personally, Magilla Gorilla for me.
Yeah.
It's basically a classic Scooby-Doo movie, though, of, like, they know who the villain is, they're just trying to stop him. And it's pretty funny because at the end they do, spoiler, they do the whole pulling off of the mask.
Yeah.
And then pulling off of the mask again, and it's still Dick Dastardly. And I thought, I've seen this before, but it was funny.
It was fun.
My personal favorite part of this entire movie was when they animated the original Scooby-Doo intro.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And they show all of, like, the classic villains looking modern. I'm like, oh, man, there's, like, the 10,000 volt...
Yep.
Monster, there's the fucking Black Knight. That was personally my favorite part. Because up to that moment, I'm like kind of like smirking at the movie because it's like Shaggy and Scooby as kids on the beach.
Yeah.
And then they kind of show them as adults. I thought it was cool though when they got to that moment. I was very pleased with it. And I very much enjoyed this movie.
I like the poor man's Hemsworth joke. He's like, oh, Chris or Liam?
I don't remember that. When did they say that?
Damn.
Dick Dastardly called Fred, or was it? Yeah, he called Fred a poor man's Hemsworth.
Oh, I don't even think I caught
Wow.
that. Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. I definitely...
Chris or Liam?
Yeah, he was like, wait, Chris or Liam?
Because one's kind of an insult.
I mean, I would be okay with being either one, but I would rather be Thor.
Yeah.
But I know you guys haven't really said much. Do you guys have anything else to say on this? They're fucking chatty
It really felt like an old school Hanna-Barbera cartoon just made modern to me. I really liked the way it flowed. And even the side stuff with the Blue Falcon, it broke it up a little bit. I liked the way they did
Blue
it.
Falcon was until that movie.
I recognize him because I remember seeing him like in like montages and in group pictures and shit, but I don't remember the Blue Falcon standalone me watching that.
Right.
as any cartoon on its own.
And it does look like they're gonna do well incorporating more obscure characters. Like not a lot of people are gonna know who Captain Caveman is, or wouldn't know who
I didn't
he
know
is.
who it was.
Right.
I
But
think that was cool, though.
it was a cool way to introduce him, So.
Now, do they show in like his cartoon? Do they show that world he's on?
No, because I don't think so. He's usually just with the teenage girls. He's not. They don't really. Yeah.
Because I was like, oh shit, I don't know a lot about Captain Caveman to know if like this world is real with all these cave people. Like, this is kind of sweet.
I mean, they might have shown it once or twice. I just don't remember him doing it.
Yeah, I don't.
But I do. It does look like you said. It looks like they're going to incorporate like Magilla Gorilla and stuff like that. There's definitely is a big world there that they can incorporate into future stuff.
Right.
And with it doing so well, going straight to video, they can pick and choose which ones they want to release theatrically too.
Well, and like doing like this expanded universe, do it kind of like the MCU. Don't do. All right, now Scooby-Doo has to meet Magilla Gorilla. Do Jetsons. Do a Jetsons animated movie in this same style, and have it little Easter eggs crossing over and showing that these all exist. Do an MCU style thing.
Yep.
I think that would be really fun.
Astro and Scooby.
Right.
Meet up.
Dino and Scooby. The Flintstones and Scooby-Doo all running in place, no one going anywhere, their feet just spinning.
Introduce Scrappy at some point.
Yeah, man, like there's definitely some possibilities.
Yeah, Scrappy or Melvin do or...
If they did one with the Harlem Globetrotters in it and like the talking dune buggy and shit, just add all that stuff into it.
They could definitely. There's a lot of options. Where they could
do
they do a demo?
Wacky Races.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you could do a movie about
Sure, you could.
Yeah.
Damn, that was.
Have that be the culmination of everything.
Yeah.
You've got Scooby-Doo, okay? Scooby-Doo, and they introduced Dick Dastardly.
Mm-hmm.
Next, you do Jetsons, and they come across. Not the Flintstones, because that's so on the nose, but like Jetsons come across Hong Kong Phooey and some other random villain or whatever for their movie. And then you do a Flintstones movie where there's the Flintstones and other Hanna-Barbera characters. And then you do a fourth movie just called Wacky Racers, and everybody for those three movies, they have to get together because Dick Dastardly is up to no good again.
I mean, they could even be in their mystery machine in the race.
Well, that's a fucking no-brainer.
That'd be freaking
What the
awesome.
fuck else would they be in?
Especially with the way Fred loved that van in the movie too.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? And here's an idea. The Jetsons. What's his name? George. He could be in a spaceship during Wacky Racers.
Yeah.
And then Fred. He could be in like a fucking stupid fucking vehicle with sticks and rocks and run with his feet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm smearing on that cake?
Yeah, I get it.
Thick fucking layer. Look at his hair. His hair is as thick as the sarcasm I'm laying down right now. Look at the grease in that fucking guap's hair. Otacon.
No.
Otacon, right? You look like Otacon.
A little, yeah.
Right now in the movie of Captain America and the Wacky Racers, Cap just had the mystery meat in the cafeteria and he's not feeling too well. But little to the chagrin of his peers, he is superhuman.
My God, he's on his feet.
Both of the guys that got to be Captain America in this movie and the other one we watched, both look like they have Down syndrome. And I'm not saying that. Nah, hold on. You can use things as examples without being rude. Like, look at now.
Wow, he's already capped?
Right!
In the first 30 minutes.
Right, hey, we decided to give
Wow.
you the...
Is that literally painted on his face?
I hate this movie.
It looks it.
I don't hate this movie. Not as much as the other one. But, they look like they got, I don't know.
Oh, no, it's not. It's like...
Very
like...
latex.
That's gotta be tight as shit to be in. Oh.
I don't know. Some points it looks like it's painted, and then some points it looks like it's the...
It's kind of like when chicks wear the pasties on their nipples. It's like, really? Is your nipple just painted? Oh, it's a pasty. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Shit. I don't know. I'd have to watch it again, because When I watched Scoob the first time, well,
I watched it 2 times already. I watched it the first night with my daughter and then the second day with her because I wanted to. I was tired the first night.
I watched it with Hunter and Garrett, and I was like half in, half out for the last half. Yeah. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there was anything specific about it.
Was Daphne anything was Daphne like...
I don't know who played her. I think Amanda Seyfried played her.
Wow. She can tell when it's raining.
Because of her nipples? I don't know what that means.
Mean Girls.
I never saw it.
I have a 5th sense.
Well, since we're talking about movies, did you guys see what was playing at the drive-in this week?
No.
One screen was Dirty Dancing and Ferris Bueller. The other was Empire Strikes Back and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Get out of freaking town.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I don't do drive-ins, but that's cool.
Wow.
I like their selections lately. It's been
That's very cool because, that changes it. That looks like a toy. I'm sorry, that looks like a toy. But that's cool, yeah, to go see Star Wars and Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
In theaters. Well, quote-unquote theaters. That's still pretty sweet. That's very cool. Simon Cowell was in it as Simon Cowell, which was weird. And then Ken Jeong was Dynamite! I did that in the Dynamite kind of thing. What do you guys give this movie overall as a rating?
I'd say an 8 out of 10.
Okay. He looks alright. I mean, that outfit looks a little...
I'll give it a...
At least the shield's not clear.
7.5.
I'll give it an 8 as well. So all around, 8 out of 10. And there you have it. There's the Scoob review. So next up on the...
Oh my god!
Oh.
That looks kind of cool there.
That does look cool.
He looks like that rat or that dog.
It's a dog rat. This is already better.
This looks like, Marvel fucking made this movie
This is already better
in response to the shitty movie.
Right. We got to make a better, shittier movie.
Wow, look at him go.
But the budget on this looks 10 times
the
more.
The only thing I wish was there was some time in between of him becoming Cap.
Right.
Yeah.
Because this is cool up to this. But
that was.
We will get into.
Oh yeah.
Review time.
1 minute. Go. Chris Gore.
Mark! Lay down a funky rhythm, baby, of why it is. Look at his face! That's not great, but it's not awful. It's definitely not looking like a skull. He's more like a pimple that needs to be popped.
When you said melted candle, you nailed it.
It looks like a melted candle. Watch it split his gross head.
Oh, he stopped it.
And it's plastic.
It's a frisbee.
Did you get this at the toy store?
Alright, what am I doing? Laying down a what?
A funky beat. He actually is dressed like fucking Red Skull, which is cool. Bad Power Rangers movies, right here.
Yeah.
This is the Japanese footage that's cut in with dubbing on it.
He looks like fucking Hellraiser, like something from that kind of movie.
Oh.
See, I like old prosthetic
They're already
looks.
fighting a half an hour into the movie.
Right, you know this is going to be good. Like, if The Matrix did this in the first half hour, you wouldn't need 3 films.
Right.
Oh, he fights Daddy! He's choking him with a
Ow.
needle in his throat! This is for Hanem Zola. And all
This is
the
for my
others.
mother.
You piece of shit American. I hate your cookies.
I love this with just a rocket in the background and, just pillars and Nazi
Well, the set of
symbols
this is
everywhere.
actually in North Korea. This is in one of their missile silos. They said, yes, you can come over and put your Nazi stuff.
He is totally Russian.
Yeah.
He couldn't have got him like the guy from Raiders. The monocle guy. Yeah, monocle.
That guy's dead. I don't know.
Oh.
Well, so give us what do you think of this movie, Mark? What do you think of UHF?
It's It's the only Weird Al
Don't hurt yourself.
centered movie, and I don't know. It's
Ooh, motherfucker caught
that
you.
was good.
You saw that? That's my sweet skills. Don't fuck with me, people. I'm just gonna put it right there. That was my internet, or I wanted to show off my prowess. It's your movie. Tell us about it. What do you think of it? You're a Weird Al guy. Come on.
I love Weird Al, and it's 25th anniversary edition.
You're killing me.
I don't know.
Do you watch reviews of things I'm giving it?
I don't know. Yeah.
So, what do you like? You like this movie? What do you like about this movie? Help me out here.
I just like that.
Like, what draws you to this movie other than that you're a Weird Al fan?
The nostalgia, the cameos, the quotes, the memorable quotes from it. Like, I don't know.
I'm gonna turn it over to Dave. Dave, what are your thoughts on this movie? Please help me out.
It's a very typical 80s movie. It's really cool to see the beginning of Michael Richards' career, to know that Fran Drescher was in it. I like some of the jokes are funny to me, like the supplies when they open the door and they all yell supplies and jump out. I like the over-the-top characters of it, the over-the-top premise of it, that he wins the radio station in a poker game and he gives it to his dimwit nephew. Stuff I like that, and the way that Kevin McCarthy played the station owner. Mm-hmm. He played it so over the top, and
the scientist guy.
No, the guy, the other guy, the guy that the network affiliate guy.
Right, the bad guy.
Yeah, the bad guy.
Oh yeah.
I love the way he played it over the top.
Wasn't the owner.
Oh.
He was just the tech guy or something.
I mean, it's not laugh out loud hilarious, but there are funny points in it to me.
My turn?
Yep.
I can't wait to hear this because I know what this is going to be.
I was so surprised by this movie when you told me, first of all, like, you gotta watch it because you're gonna think it's funny, you're gonna love it. Man, I literally can count how many times I laughed during this movie.
Yeah.
1. I fucking hated this.
Really?
Yes. I did not enjoy this movie at all. I sat here for like an hour and 37 minutes thinking, This is a cult classic? This is what people are getting excited about? And I'm not shitting on people, because maybe if I saw it when it came out or years prior.
Yeah.
This humor did not touch me at all. The only thing, I agree with you, the supplies thing was funny, but, why is that funny though? Because it's a stereotypic kind of thing. You can't do that now, so it's funny to see, a bunch of Asian guys, instead of saying surprise, they're in the supplies cabinet and they say surprise!
Oh.
That's funny. I didn't laugh at that, but I think it's funny. The only part I laughed at is, and I wrote it down, but I don't need to, I'll club a baby seal for a good deal. I'm like, oh my god, he got me. And once I laughed at that, I'm like, I'm committed to finishing the movie. I did not enjoy this.
Baby seal.
I'll club a baby seal to get a good deal. Like,
I liked the commercials. Those were kind of like the Spatula City and shit like that.
I thought
some of those were.
I thought this movie should not have been as long as it was, and it should have been Weird Al. You should have tried out for SNL and pitched these as skits. Because the Mexican doing the zoo in his apartment, it's entertaining, but that would be entertaining as like a skit. Not just thrown in there randomly as like a commercial. Like, I don't know.
That's cool.
I didn't like this movie. I found Weird Al annoying as fuck. I think it's the audio in it. I just find his high-pitched voice just obnoxious.
I think that was what he was going for, too.
Yeah.
Just being...
Well, man, I was not his demographic.
That's how he talks, like, all the time. Like,
no, he was the character in this, for sure. Because, like, when he's, like...
He was going over the top.
Yeah, because when he's, like, talking to his girlfriend, saying something, and he, like, starts hitting his head off, like, I don't know! Like, just screaming. It's like, I've seen you in, like, not just interviews, but, like, in your funny stuff, not that over the top. and it just... Here's my review. I didn't fucking like it. I don't recommend it, but I'm not the demographic.
Right.
I will probably watch anything once, so to say I've seen it is okay, but to say I'll see it again, not happening.
Okay.
Did I hurt your feelings? Did that review hurt your feelings?
No, because
I was going for hurting feelings.
everyone has different opinions on things, and you're allowed.
No, that was the problem. He was loud.
Oh. Okay. Too damn loud.
You get what I was doing right there.
Sorry, Weird Al. I love you.
I give it a thumbs straight down to the shit hole.
Wow.
What do you give it overall?
Mm,
Don't kill yourself on these questions, please.
I would give it an 8. Only because I don't know, I just know a lot about Weird Al and I like him, and I guess I'm basing it more on my
Personal.
yes.
And that's okay. That's you're supposed to. That's why I ask you personal questions, to get personal answers.
Okay. Yeah.
David?
I'd say like a 6.5 because it is a nostalgia thing for me. I remember seeing it. You know what I mean? And,
No, absolutely.
And there are jokes that I do laugh at. You know, so. Oh my God! It's Detective Bogomil as the president.
What the hell is he in that as?
Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, I'm thinking of RoboCop.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of RoboCop with him. Jack. Right? Was he Jack?
Oh.
I can't remember. I know he was in RoboCop. There was something I was... when I was watching it, though, I constantly kept thinking, I'm like, what the fuck is UHF? I go, it's not an acronym. I go, no one said... I'm thinking, maybe it's not even like anything. Maybe it's just oof.
Ultra high frequency.
When does he say that?
It was a
I don't
UHF
know.
station that he
Is
was...
that? I know that, but is that what? I mean, I know they kept saying UHF, but
I
that
don't think
up
they
to that
ever-
point, no one had said it.
Right.
So I kept thinking, I'm like, maybe it's just like oof, like oof. We got a movie, guys. And I don't know, weird thinking, but
Yeah.
Speaking of A Christmas Story,
Seriously,
it's the fucking
dad
dad from
Wow.
A Christmas Story.
I was just looking at him like, wow, he looks like Tommy Lee Jones from the side. You got George Bush as the president. It looks like
This movie got a huge budget.
I mean-
Definitely.
There's some wicked stars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what they just did was they did a recap of newspaper articles spinning out of control, showing you like the last 50 years or 30 years, like what happened. So now I think it's in the 90s.
Okay. Yeah, look at his clothes. The president. Is he like the general attorney or like...
No, I'm gonna go with it's his fucking maid because of the way he's dressed.
What's it called in the White House?
Secretary of Defense?
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Or his chief of staff.
Chief of Staff? Right.
Yeah.
Look at all these bad guys. Oh man, you know there's like there's some fucking backwoods.
Wait a minute, it's the same guy!
Are you
It's the
telling me?
president's chief of staff.
Are you telling me elitists get together for secretive dinners?
What?
I like how they all have a cigar.
Look at his
Oh,
fucking
God.
thing! Oh man, he's only, you know who he is. He's a fucking Red Skull, motherfucker.
He just has makeup on.
God,
He's a homely son of a bitch.
right. If I had to go through the trouble of putting makeup on, I wouldn't bother. If I still look like that after the makeup on. Oh, do I still look like a hideous fucking disfigured piece of toilet trash? So the red doesn't really think, you don't think that fucks him up even more?
I mean,
I'll leave it.
at that point, who doesn't know who you are?
Right.
He looks like he's sedated. The way he's talking, he looks... What's going on?
Skull.
I like the chair.
You're a Nazi.
Sorry. Oh, that...
No, they're cool looking.
I'd rock that. It's probably uncomfortable though as hell.
Yeah.
Pointy.
Yeah, it's probably not a chair you sit in, actually.
No.
It's more like a decorative.
But like, you can tell that it's makeup, but it's not like wonky makeup. It actually looks really well done.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's a great segue for makeup. Brings me to my next movie. Capone. Starring Tom Hardy. It was a Redbox entertainment movie. I bought it on Blu-ray because I like movies and I like gangster flicks. This is not a traditional gangster flick. I'm assuming neither one of you have seen it, right?
Not yet.
No.
Okay, so I won't really ruin anything.
I saw you post something about it.
Just a picture of it.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Not a traditional gangster flick. You're not going to see him running around in the 30s bootlegging alcohol and riding around on cars and shooting fucking banks up and shit. You're not going to see that. You're going to see, right in the beginning it says this is the last year of his life.
Oh, okay.
So you already know it's going to be a fucking... Because they tell you he contracted syphilis while he was in prison.
Yep.
And then he was put in protective custody by the FBI, and you just see it kind of spiral out of control from there because it is a pretty crazy movie, and it is, at moments, there's times where it feels pretty comical because Tom Hardy's just a character actor, like the guy really gets into it. And I feel like this is Mad Max. I feel like if Mad Max got really old and had AIDS or something and started to die. Because he's very like... like very Mad Max-like.
Yeah.
Very good movie, but why I say makeup is because he's very heavily makeup to look like Al Capone. His eyes constantly made me uncomfortable with how they looked. His eyes looked like they were always filled with blood or liquid.
Oh, God.
To where they always looked misty.
Like milky, like,
yeah. And it always... And when we see... They'll show the Red Skull again, and he has those milky-looking eyes, but he looks like he's blind. Because and that's not what I mean. His eyes, you still see the pupil and shit, but around where the pupil is, you see, like, blood blisters pop. Who's this guy?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know his name, but he was a big deal back in the 90s.
Yep.
His eyes just constantly make him look like... The acting's, like I said, sometimes can be comedic, but when I looked in the eyes, it pulled me right back in. I'm like, oh, how... Because I can pick apart some of the makeup and stuff, like, once it gets kind of weird. But then once I look at them eyes, I'm like, I don't know how they did that. That's real. It pulled me back in. Very cool movie, though. I do wish it was a gangster flick like Goodfellas or Scarface or something, because I think Tom Hardy would have killed it.
Yeah.
Legit, I think...
He would have put his all into that, totally.
Because he does. He puts his all into this movie. He puts his all when he gets into any character, because clearly you can tell he picks specific movies where he is the character. Whether it's Venom, Bane, Mad Max, this... I really like Tom Hardy quite a bit.
He's great.
And I do recommend this movie. I give this an 8.5.
Did this, go to theaters?
No.
It was just, okay.
Just Redbox.
Wow.
And then Blu-ray and shit.
Yep.
Damn.
There's actors in it. Like, obviously, Tom Hardy is the main guy. Linda Cardellini. She's the wife of Hawkeye.
Oh, okay.
In the Avenger movies.
Okay.
She's his wife in
She
this.
was in Angel, too.
I think that's her name anyways.
Yeah.
Matt Dillon is in this.
Nice.
The father to Sky in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, God.
You would know who he is. Flintstones with John Goodman.
Okay.
Chip Rockefeller. I know who. I know.
I'm sure I'd know it. Yeah.
This is that Google moment.
Okay.
Because I know you're going to know who it is. Like, okay, yes, him. He was in Dune. I wouldn't even know his name to even pretend.
Oh, Kyle.
Oh, Thomas Gibson. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Him.
No.
No, it's not him.
This
No.
guy.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, I know.
That's the one from Flintstones Viva Rock Vegas.
Okay.
When he's younger.
Okay.
But yes, that guy.
Okay,
He's
yeah,
in this.
I know him.
I know there's a couple other. I can't really think of them right now, but it is a good movie. The thing that blew my mind, literally blew my mind when I finished watching the movie, and it says who it was directed by. I will say his name, and it might jump out to you. I know it won't jump out to you. Josh Trank? No?
No.
I'll just say the movie he directed that he's kind of known for. Fantastic Four.
The bad one? Wow.
So when I saw
he redeemed himself?
He did. I'm surprised, because when I saw that, at the end, I'm like, wow, him? That guy?
Wow.
He did this? But it's from the executive producer of The Joker and the producers of Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. So it's got a pretty good backing to it, and like I said, it is a good movie. No bonus features on the Blu-ray though, so that's very disappointing. Like I said to you, why you wouldn't have a making of documentary series?
Yep.
Something, because I mean it's a Capone movie in the 21st century. We don't have many of them at all. We don't have many gangster films at all.
No.
So this looks cool. I can't wait to actually watch this movie again with the dialogue or the audio. Because as cheesy as this looks, this is my type of cheesy.
This looks way better.
I mean, it's cheesy, but it's very well done with an
this is
actual story, and, you know...
Well, if I grew up watching both of those Captain America movies, if I saw them when I was like maybe 9, say at the same time, I would definitely think this one's better. I'd probably like them both. But me as an adult, this one I would go back to and watch because this is the cheesy that I respected because they actually put effort into the cheesy opposed to saying, well, yeah, we can get away with this. Like, why would you ever have a clear shield?
Yeah.
Just, you put the white into that. That right there is like cheesy lame. Like that, bam. Dude, that's cool.
Bam.
I don't give a fuck. That's cool, man.
It's a chick.
Ooh, a white truck.
Get him.
That guy, that's what he's in. That fucking dude right there. He's in the Superman movies, the original Superman.
Oh, yeah.
Gene Hackman. He's like his little sidekick. His henchman.
It's fun to watch some of these and see, like, actors that you saw in so many movies, but you don't remember their name.
Oh, man. Jonathan Banks is huge. He's one of the guys. I go back, and he's in so many action movies, like action comedy movies from the 80s and the 90s. Mike. It's so crazy to see him. But yeah, I personally give this movie a 9 out of 10. Capone, and I do recommend it. It's very good.
Cool.
Let's get rid of you all together.
I like Chris Hardy.
Who?
Or Tom
Who
Hardy.
the fuck is Chris Hardy, bud?
I don't know.
Tom, is that Jeff Matt's cousin? Other movies I have not watched yet because I honestly forgot to. My mother bought me this movie called Shock and Awe. She got it at the dollar store. It's got Woody Harrelson.
Wow, look at that cast.
Look at that lineup.
Rob Reiner.
Right, one of only like few directors in Hollywood that hasn't been charged with pedophilia or something weird like that, right?
He's a wicked liberal.
Hey,
Rob Reiner.
You know what?
Well,
I don't care what actors. I know a lot of people get like my uncle and shit. He's like very like, oh, Robert De Niro, he's a liberal. Fuck him and fuck his movie. It's like
whatever.
I don't want to have a political conversation with De Niro, but I'm still gonna watch his fucking movies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Jesus Christ, he was in Joker. If I didn't see that movie for my political view, I'd be a piece of shit, cunt. I'd be a cunt, and I'm not a cunt. But yeah, I want to see this movie.
Awesome cast right there.
Right? I do want to watch this movie. I guess it's one of those. They go to Afghanistan to tell a story of the war. One of those kind of true stories, you know, this war story. I will be watching that at some point. Just haven't. But that's a good find, in my opinion. That's it. Those are pretty studied cast right there. I mean, Tommy Lee Jones. Everybody knows who the fuck he is. James Marsden. He's just got a little bit more fame because of the Sonic movie. Rob Reiner's he's not in a lot of movies, but obviously the ones he directs, he's in. Right. And then Woody Harrelson. He's in at least 2 movies every year for the last 10 years.
Yep. Jam.
I cannot wait for Carnage. I cannot wait.
Woody Harrelson can play any role you.
And you know my uncle, the same guy. Is like, he doesn't like Woody Harrelson because he's like, he's always the same thing in every movie.
No, he's not.
Like Star Wars, he was just the redneck Star Wars guy, and I'm like, you know what though? I kind of like that. I kind of like that. He kind of seemed like a gunslinger redneck.
Was he in Solo?
Yeah. He's this fucking like he's Solo's like instructor.
I don't remember. I didn't really like Solo.
I really loved it. I really did. It's one of my favorite Star Wars movies. I really liked it. Look at Cap. Cap just got out of his truck to run away, and then ran back and stole this guy's truck. He's not American. This is the fucking turncoat Cap.
He's got one boot on and one shoe on. Did you see that?
I did. Well, his truck just got stolen. He ain't got to worry about his boots. A picture of JFK sucking an air dick. What's going on? This movie's all about Nazism.
This might have been the one I saw, because I remember him getting in a truck.
But this does bring me to this movie I have yet to watch.
What the?
Gondola!
The hell? It's like Spider-Man with...
It's like fucking Deadpool with a goddamn ski goggles on.
That looks awesome.
It's kick-ass Deadpool.
But, as you both know, and people that listen to this, I like my comic book movies, and within the last year or so, I ventured away from what I am typically used to. I've gotten the remake of the old 90s TV show, the American version of The Phantom. I think it was season 1 I have. I think I only did 1 season. What was the one that you had bought on Blu-ray? I forget. Guardians. The Russian superhero, like, Avengers team. Yeah. Which I enjoyed.
I did too. Yeah.
Then there was, oh fuck, what is it over there? Rendall. That was it. The it's like a Swedish.
That was good.
I thought that movie was really badass.
Yep.
I did not mind the subtitles. I thought that movie was really, really badass. I cannot wait for the second
Rendall, and I liked it.
I loved it. And those were just pick up on the fly movies. Not sure. I mean, Guardians you told me about. Rendall, I just picked it up random, but this movie was another one I was like, well, fuck it. It's a Japanese, or actually, I don't even know where the fuck it's out of.
It sounds Japanese. Gondola.
Indonesia!
Oh, wow.
It is an Indonesian comic book movie. Yes. Ooh. See, I don't like the style of bathing suits in the 90s. Like, why does it have to ride up your ass so fucking high?
Because that's how it was.
I just like the low cheek. Like, you look like
I like
this movie
was the one I saw, but I don't remember.
So I don't know what this movie's about, but it looks pretty sweet on the back of it. There's a guy with fire in his hands. It looks kind of sweet. So when I watch that, I'll do a quick review of that, or let you guys borrow it, or you guys, whatever.
I'm down. That's gonna be cool.
I mean, the back
I've seen it on the shelves walking by.
Yeah, the back of it.
And shit.
Well, when I first looked at it, I'm like, oh, that looks cheesy. And then I thought, you think that about like 90% of them, and then like, you know, a good 80% of them are actually pretty good. So just pick it up and check it out. So I will definitely be watching this at some point. I can't wait. Honestly, I really can't wait to see that because I like anything new like that. What's this chick all about?
That's not
Was that Peggy?
Oh, that must be her daughter.
Agent 13!
Oh, shit!
There's Peggy.
Oh my god, it's Peggy Legs! I hope he says Peggy. Maybe he'll say Sharon.
How fun is this? This is so accurate.
Well, we don't know who these people are.
You know it's Peggy.
Oh man, it's Tom Selleck's dad! Hold on a minute. I'm going to pause it for a second.
Love it.
Let's see if this works. No, really. Guess I gotta go to the goddamn goobity-doo-doo-doo.
Look at that makeup.
What the fuck? I want subtitles. Is that not an option? I'm on Blu-ray and I don't get subtitles?
Well, no one's talking either.
She just asked, who is this? I could read her lips. I don't want to fuck you no more. I want to know if that's Peggy Legs.
It was like Back to the Future makeup,
right?
you know?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Aww.
honey, your hands look young. I know old people hands. I have grandparents. One of them's dead, and her hands are really old looking. You want a sandwich, Steven? No. Just want some of that sweet old pussy I used to get. So listen to this, folks.
Your daughter's kind of hot.
Just went there.
That's your granddaughter. Oh, what does that mean? Get it, hun. Get it. I was out at the bar the other night, and this is exactly what I hear at the end of the bar. I'm sitting there having a good time with some friends, and I hear this girl say to her boyfriend, "So when we leave here, what do you want for dinner? What are you hungry for?" And I just hear him go, "What am I hungry for? I'm hungry for that pussy." I start laughing my ass off because I'm like, that's why I go to the bar. I don't go to the bar because I want to fight. I go because that shit is fucking funny. And she's like, no! I mean, like, what do you want to get at this store? And he goes, do they sell a pussy? And I'm like, oh, God, I want to be his friend because that's fucking hysterical. And she was laughing at it, so no one was offended. That's when you know shit can be funny, is when people don't get offended. Like, I saw you
That
looking at the
happens
shirt,
now?
right?
I don't know if I could say that, though, to someone.
It was
At
his
a bar.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Out at the store today, and two gentlemen, I hear one of them reading this shirt out loud. I drink beer with your mom while your dad watches, and then I heard the other one go, ha, that's fucking funny. And I'm like, yeah, it is. It is funny. And if you get offended, well, I'll get the beer and I hope your mom's home. So I'll be over to drink them. Because fuck people getting offended and all that shit. That looked like, you guys are familiar enough with Avengers Age of Ultron, yeah?
Yes, it did. The beginning.
You kind of look like their bunker, right? And
Yeah, it does.
The one that, yep.
Connective
Totally.
tissue. Look at that guy checking her out.
Oh, yeah.
So...
He's like,
Oh! Cork!
Cork scared the shit out of me.
We don't have any spaceships. This isn't fucking... what the hell's that guy's name? Elon Musk's house!
Go play some video games. Goddamn.
Right, you fucking... What was the guy?
Go yell at Noob Master.
Right, you fucking dick.
Yeah.
Cocksucker. Actually, hold on. This is something that Marcadius purchased for Ace, because I needed one of these, an external hard drive, specifically for my Xbox One.
You gotta have one.
Because I have 24 games, something like that, for my Xbox One, and it only holds, what is it, a 500 gig?
Yeah.
Okay. It's 500 gig hard drive, which sounds like a lot,
Yeah,
but when you have to save your games to the system, download them to the system, and that takes up all of your fucking hard drive.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I have 14 of the games I have are saved to my Xbox. But throughout the years or so, I've had to delete games and yada yada. But I still keep those games in hopes that someday I would have this. This is a 2,000 gigabyte, 2 terabyte hard drizzle my nizzle. Right? Was that in the right?
Yeah.
Alright, I don't want Snoop Dogg like popping up, punching me in the mouth.
HB Sizzle.
HB Shizzle my nizzle. I got the drizzle. Then you need to see the Dr. Rizzle. Get it?
Got the drizzles.
Got the drizzles out my pizzle. The shizzle. What did you do? You shit your pants out your dick? That's what I would say if I didn't know what people were talking about. I'm like, what?
Damn.
Where do I plug this into? The front or the back? Or wherever there's a USB?
Mine is in the back because...
Is that all you do is plug it into a USB?
Yep.
And then I can...
You'll have to format it somehow. We can do it.
You'll help me after we're done here? Okay.
And then you just start loading up, popping discs in, man. Popping discs in.
No. Can you go away after? Look at all these studs and stutters. That's a fucking hell of an airplane shot.
Did any of these women, like, do anything after this movie?
Porn, because that's the only fucking thing I care about. So I'm glad I have this, so now I can save the games that I couldn't. Now I can, I guess. There you go. That's the password. Which leads me into the games. I had mentioned before on the podcast this game, which was at your Walmart, He looks like Gordon Ramsay.
Mr. Rogers looking like Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers looking like I need a tattoo of... I want a tattoo of Mr. Rogers flexing with a tattoo of Mr. Rogers sitting in front of trolley. Oh!
Trolley.
You will enjoy this, actually. I forgot to mention I bought this. This is more or less for my kid to watch. What?
Oh, The Muppet Show. Hell
Season
yeah.
1.
Whoa.
Season 1 at $3
I have that.
at my secret stash thrift shop movie store place, where I bought The Ladies Man and Corky Romano and Vieth, which is the Muppets.
Is that like the 70s Muppet Show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the original.
Wow.
Yeah.
Season 1. I can't wait to watch this because I'm a Muppet maniac. I just created that. Muppet maniac.
I think you did.
Muppet maniac. I want that. That's a thing. I'm a Muppet maniac. What you gonna do, Muppets, when Muppets run googly-eyed on you, brother? Muppet maniac. Oh my God, yes. We're starting trends that'll never end. Love it.
I like Muppets.
I do too. I'm a Muppet guy. But I just bought that yesterday, literally for $3.
Wow.
I'm like, look at this immaculate. The $3 used? That's gorgeous. I also had purchased. You're not a Jack Black fan, not a big
I'm
one.
not.
But Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, the movie. Now I have owned that movie. I bought it when it first came out, and I let my uncle borrow it, and he ruined it. Got something on the back of the disc that I couldn't play it anymore. Thank God, at my local little secret stash, they had another copy of Tenacious D, so I bought that, and
Nice.
now I have my movie again. But at your Walmart, they had this game, BioShock. I thought it was just the first two original BioShocks that came out in 2007 and like 2009, maybe 2010.
Mm-hmm.
For the Xbox 360. Now I have both of them. I've beaten the first one. I've never beaten the second. I enjoy the shit out of them though. They're very fun. You played them.
Uh-huh.
You played all three of them, right?
I beat all three, yeah.
Well, there you go, cocksucker.
They're great.
I'm looking at my hat on this camera, and it's just not fitting right. Good enough, whatever. So, yeah, this is the remaster for the Xbox One, and I bought this at Walmart for $9 on clearance. I can't believe they still had it, which was cool. Not realizing it had BioShock Infinite
Wow, yeah.
in the game with it. So 3 games.
That's $9. That's like $20 alone just for Infinite.
$20 for all 3 of them.
That's
alone.
amazing.
And that's a hell of a deal. $9 on clearance. $9. The first 2 I could download to my Xbox because they were 16 gigabytes each. The third one is like 36. It's like, you cock. So I'll be excited to be able to download the third one later today. And then also I had picked up Gears of War 5, which I'm a big Gears of War fan. I recently had bought the 4th one a few months back. I played it and I enjoyed it. I have the first one remastered for the Xbox One. I have all of the originals for the 360. Gears of War 5 just came out
Like last.
a couple months ago.
Was it? Yeah, maybe it was in like April.
Because I just bought that. This was all
Yeah.
before the coronavirus.
Yeah, I think, yeah, you're right.
Because I had bought this probably March.
Okay.
And this was probably came out in like April.
Yep.
So this game's not very old, and I got it for $30, which is not a bad deal. I can't wait to shit down and play that as well. What did that puzzle say?
Spare me the details.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
You know he's gonna get with her.
Tom Selleck's dying. I'll take $400 for a special report, Bob. This just in. I, the news anchor, am more attractive than
I'm
the
Joyce
lead.
Kinney from Family Guy.
Yeah, see, I like jokes like that. That's funny. I think she's better looking, though, than the lead actress. I don't like that blonde as much. But, yeah, that's it. I can't wait for you to help me with the hard drive. That should be very, 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 very fun.
Yeah.
You
gotta have one, because
See, no, I probably, when I looked this up, I probably would have put in, like, hard drive for Xbox, but not have known a hole in the ground from the hole in my
I have the
ass.
same one, and I have the same Xboxes here, so it has to work.
Store 50+ games.
Yep.
That doesn't sound like... I mean, it sounds like a lot, but when you know how much...
It's in those games.
It doesn't sound like... I mean, think of it. I've got 25 games. I've already got half of that.
Yeah. Like, Metal Gear is like 60 gigs.
It's the big one.
For Metal Gear 5.
What other one over there do I have that's a larger one?
One of the newer Resident Evil one.
I think they're like all 20s.
Are they?
Batman Arkham Knight. That's a big one. That's like a 30+ one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very excited to be able to do that. And I was gonna buy, and I probably still will buy it. I do want to get the wrestling game from last year on it, SmackDown 2K19. Because it's got AJ Styles on the cover. I mean, that's a TNA guy on the cover of a WWE game. Just for that purpose, I want that game. But it was only $20. 2K20 I will probably never get because that game is just full of glitches and looks like shit. Then I saw somebody on YouTube making videos from the new game of like a made-up storyline of John Cena coming out and beating up Hogan and being the new leader of the NWO. I don't know how they did it, but they got Cena to have like a goatee so he looks like a heel in an NWO shirt. The way they promote, like they made this video, it looked like it was a real video package.
Yeah.
Because in between each of like the little segments, they'd have like a video or like words that came up, and it said Kevin Nash had to make a decision, and then it shows Nash like clotheslining Hall, and then jackknife power bombing him, and then Hall laying there dead, and then it showed Cena spinning the wheel of roulette or whatever, and it landed on something, I don't know what it is, and then they show Cena like pointing, and at the bottom it shows subtitles and him saying, "All right, now get to the ring," and you see Michael Cole say, "These masked figures, they must be with the NWO now," and they're just two guys in black masks, right? So as the story is unfolding, and they show Cena beating up Hogan again, and this new masked figure is out there beating Hogan up, and then he pulls his mask off, and it's fucking Kurt Angle in an NWO shirt now, and I'm like,
cool.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is badass! And it literally was the new NWO, and it showed Triple H. It said Triple H was the only one that could stand up to him, and then it shows Triple H coming out, and he's like, well, I'm not in-ring competitor anymore, but I know someone that is, and then it shows Shawn Michaels coming, and it's the bald. I'm like, don't even put that in the game. Don't ever put the bald Michaels in the game, ever. No one wants to even know that happened, right? And so they show him going against NWO Cena, but that Cena being, nothing can stop the NWO. It's like, that should have happened!
Yep.
Why didn't that happen? And everybody's commenting, like, the same thing. This should have happened. Why did he not turn heel? Like, you know how much money would have been made? But I'm like, man, that's cool to see someone do this.
If you were worried about your merchandise, you could have said, well, I want a piece of the NWO shirts then. If I'm going to turn heel and it's going to hurt my merchandise, I want a piece of that.
And like, just because you're the NWO doesn't mean like you're not kid friendly though. Don't go out there and like murder people, but look what DX can do.
Yeah.
DX can get out there and joke around and make inappropriate humor. Well, why can't the NWO be a thing and John Cena turn heel? Yeah, it's heel company-wise, but people still know he's the good guy. Kayfabe is dead. You know what I mean? Like, that just... And even if it wasn't with the NWO, we talked a million times about it. It should have been with Nexus.
Yeah, it should have been.
It should have totally been.
And I saw some videos of SmackDown. It looks like they're trying to do a Nexus kind of thing again. They had, like, guys in masks, full-on ski masks, in all black with baseball bats, coming out and, like, threatening the cameramen, making them run away, and taking over the ring and shit.
Well, they got to have factions now if they want to do a new nation.
They're calling themselves Retribution.
So they're older people.
I don't know what they're doing with it, but it's.
Well, I see Mysterio signed a new deal with them, with WWE.
Isn't that wonderful?
Right. Obviously, we know why. There was something else wrestling-wise I saw.
He's probably going to tag team with his son and go for the tag titles at some point.
Oh! Did you see the fucking chair shot Guevara gave Hardy?
No.
I listened to it on Cornette, and then I'm like, well, I don't want to watch it until I get all of them caught up, right? But, of course, there's little segments you got to see here and there. So I'm like, well, let me watch it. It's only 2 minutes. Hardy comes out, and he's basically saying how he likes helping the youth of AEW, and but I've had issues with this Sammy Guevara, so you're like, all right, here's an angle. They come out, they start feuding, and Guevara's, to me, I just was like, Jesus Christ, he's going, like, hard. Like, you could just tell, he's going hard. He throws Matt Hardy on a table. Matt's, like, kind of sitting there, and Guevara just takes a chair, and not even, like, the flat way, like, where you get the chair shot, but this, and just fucking torpedoed it right at Hardy.
I heard he got heat for it. I didn't see that part. I saw the
you
450
couldn't tell.
He did, but
you couldn't, which that was aggressive hard, man.
Yeah.
He fucking took, because it was immediately after that, he fucking tucked so hard right at the end where his shoulder and everything went, and I'm like, damn, like is he trying to hurt him, like, severely? But they show a far back shot of Matt laying there holding his head, but because his hair's red in the one spot, it's like, man, you can't tell. As soon as he lifts his head up, there's a fucking pool right under his head, and he is just constantly, like, doing one of these.
And if Guevara didn't have problems to begin with, getting more problems, that's not good for you. Like
wow. He would do it. He's probably from me to you away. To full velocity, a chair shot like that. Like, most chair shots are like, if we're... like
Sabu throwing it, yeah.
Right, like, give you the chance you could probably catch it so you can... This was straight, like, take that, you fuck.
Or even if Sabu was throwing it, he threw it enough so that it hit you in the head, but it didn't, like, just knock the shit out of you.
And you knew when the shots were coming.
Yeah.
Essentially. Like, this...
He didn't know it was coming.
No, I don't think even a wrestling fan, because most things you can see when the spot is, like, we're beating the shit out of each other, now I'm going to pick up a chair. I'm not going to be this close before I hit you with it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe 9 times out of 10 it's not going to happen. You're going to pull back, you're probably going to stumble, pull back like this, and then I'm going to come full swing, or like the Van Daminator, throw it.
And you're going to catch it, and then he's going to kick you.
Like, but this was straight. As soon as he picked the chair up, it was just boom. And I was like, oh, fuck.
I can't believe I missed that, because I watched the whole show, but...
Yeah, he got him good, man. And then, of course, we've got to mention it. You don't know. But the Bish.
Eric Bischoff.
Eric Bischoff, ladies and gentlemen, made an AEW his debut. I don't know if he's with the company. It would be stupid not to have him be with the company in some format. But Eric Bischoff on TNT.
It's really cool.
How fucking historic is that as a wrestling thing?
And I like how none of these spoilers are getting out.
I had no idea.
I go on the internet. I don't see spoilers for AEW.
The only time I see anything is when I'm going through YouTube and it's a thumbnail of something.
Yep.
And even seeing the thumbnail of Bischoff standing there like this, it's like, okay, I'm gonna watch that because what the fuck? Do I think they misused him? Not really, because he's just a mouthpiece. Would I like to have seen him make a better debut? Yes. Something more impactful.
Right.
But still, I mean, Eric Bischoff, he's done it now. He's like the only guy that's worked WWE, like, and I'm saying worked, and I am thinking of him as a booker and shit, and I know he isn't, but as a figure, WWE, WCW, TNA, I want to say TNT, TNA, and now AEW, like, because Eric Bischoff, as a wrestling fan for me, he's like another Vince McMahon.
And he was the announcer for the AWA.
Right, so I mean, he's a figure. He's not just, you hear stories of Jim Crockett, you hear stories of, Vern Gagne, It's like, no, Eric Bischoff, like, yeah, and I'm not discrediting those guys, but, like, Eric Bischoff was more than just a promoter. He was a character. Without his backing and shit, the NWO would have never been what it was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know wrestling is all the work, but if you do appreciate it, and if you are a historian, or you really do respect the real world shit that happens in wrestling, to me, that is like, wow, that's so fucking awesome.
And to know that he was the one that brought, primetime wrestling to TNT.
Right, and to have him be back on it 20 years later.
Yep.
That's amazing. And Shivani, man. Shivani saying Bischoff's name on TNT. That, to me, like, I've now experienced WCW. You know what I mean? It's just, it's silly. I know that's silly, but that's really fucking cool, man. Like, that's the cool shit that makes me love wrestling and want to keep watching it, is just that kind of shit. To have Jericho and Bischoff, like, Jericho, well, I don't really like you, and Bischoff, well, I don't like either. Mutual, the feeling's been mutual for 20 years, or whatever, however they said it. It's like, I love these two. This is the coolest shit ever. And I can't wait to see what AEW continues to do. I really cannot wait. From their new toys to everything else they do.
I was talking to a guy at work, and he was like, "Oh, well, you think they're gonna have Orange Cassidy, go for the world title after, with all this push with Jericho?" I go, "No, not really. I could see him being an upper mid card guy." I'm like, just because he's with Jericho and they're using him now doesn't mean that they're gonna go full force with him. They've been good about building people up and keeping them in the spot that they need them.
Especially right now, like, build Cassidy up so people know he's a main eventer, not just because he should be.
Right.
So,
but he doesn't have to go that far.
But if but give him the clout of, in like a year or two, if he did get that far. Again, as a wrestling fan, I would like to think back of the story of when he got his big break against Jericho to get recognized. But yeah, you don't have to throw him right into it just because Gordon Ramsay, he looks just like him. They show him again here.
Yeah, he does.
Get your fucking food off my table, you cunt! That's what he's saying.
You feed your customers.
I wouldn't feed these table scraps to a monkey's scrotum if it was the last baboon's asshole on the planet. I don't know if that's the shit he says, but yeah, you don't have to just make him a main eventer, but allow it to be. He has the ability to if we want to.
Yep.
I don't want to see him go for the title because I find him boring as fuck. I don't like the Orange Cassidy character, and I probably never will. But I love that about AEW. I think that's very fun that they got that going on right now.
And it's cool that Jericho doesn't have an ego. He's actually worried about the company and building other people up while still making himself better. But he doesn't have
to overshadow people.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he takes time to make sure that he gets his shit in, but he doesn't do it at the expense of other people.
Right. He's not gnashing people.
Yeah.
There was something else AEW I wanted to say. Oh, the Matt Cardona debut. I watched it just to see what it wasn't that impactful, unfortunately. No. It's still cool, but I'm reading the comments and people are like, "Oh man, like he looks huge next to these guys. He's a monster. Why did WWE not use him like one?" I'm thinking, what are you talking about, dude? Like the people he debuted against, the two fucking guys from Dark Order. The one is a midget. Like he's not really a midget, but he's fucking tiny.
Yep.
And then the other guy's scrawny as shit. Of course Cordona's going to look huge next to him.
Yeah, he is jacked more, but
right, he's still like a good 6 foot something.
Yep.
He's a WWE sized guy, but that's the problem. Ryback constantly says when you get these other guys coming in and they're going against AEW guys, they're going to look like monsters because these AEW guys are just average built. And I can't disagree with that.
But they are starting to beef up the big man roster, so
that Warhorse kid, get rid of him though.
I don't think he's going to be a long-term thing. I think that was just to pop the indie fans.
Okay, because that's what. Not that they need to get away from little wrestlers, but he's just yeah, he can go, but he's a high flyer indie guy. They're all doing the same thing. You really got to pick and choose.
I think guys like that, they'll concentrate on AEW Dark and not, not on the
And if they do a cruiserweight division, sure.
Right.
Sure. I did see some of the action figures, though, come with different titles.
Yeah.
Like, there's a Cody Rhodes one, and he doesn't come with the TNT title. He comes with, like, an All-Elite belt or something like that. I'm very excited for the AEW shit. I really am. I think it's so cool.
Yeah, I do too. I love the fact that they've got the action figures that quick and everything. It's
because I was reading WWE, they're gonna have a new president. It's getting bought out from not Tony Khan, but another Khan that's in that whole fucking family. So it's gonna be all run by the same people. I don't know how true that is, but I've read that in 2 different places that they're looking to get bought out, which doesn't surprise me. The only interesting thing I think WWE has going for it right now is the Pat McAfee thing. I truly find him absolutely...
He's a classic heel.
Classic.
Yep.
He knows how to talk. He knows how to... He knows what he's doing.
And he is a fan, and he has a wrestling ring at his house.
Does he?
So he's training. It's not like Lawrence Taylor coming in who's going to kind of phone it in.
Well, because I saw his video where he's like... So I'm on vacation with the wifey, and we've been out here all day, and it shows like the ocean and shit. He goes, jet skiing, and he's just talking. He goes, and I see Triple H has made an announcement that, oh my God, Adam Cole wants to challenge me at the next NXT pay-per-view. And he goes, the guy's been wrestling for 12 years. He goes, what have I been doing? Being a businessman, playing a little NFL, just hyping that, like really being a heel. And it's just like, I love it. I feel so, like, yes, why does this not feel like they've ever done anything like this in a long time? Why does this feel so new and fresh? And I love that they went as, like, on the Pat McAfee show where I think it needed to be built up a little more. Like, Adam, did you see it at all?
I only saw that clip. I know he was kind of giving him the short jokes through
Cole
a lot
just
of it.
snaps. There wasn't a...
Yeah, that should have went long. He should have been.
He should have been like, okay, Pat, enough, and then Pat keep pestering him.
On the last episode of NXT, McAfee, before he punted him, McAfee was on commentary with Tom Phillips, and he kept doing the short jokes.
Right.
And it just kept building the whole time. And like Beth Phoenix left the broadcast because he wouldn't stop.
Right. Well, that's what they were doing on the Pat McAfee show. But I feel like Adam, it went from like
it wasn't a slow burn enough for him to get pissed off.
No, it was, but Cole, he, to me, didn't respond to it in progressive states.
Yeah.
He instantly, instead of being... Because, say you're Pat McAfee and you keep making like, oh, you're kind of little. I'm like, all right. Next question.
It went too quick.
Which, it was good, because, I think it really helped with him being like, fuck you, Pat, fuck you. And it's like, okay, so, is this a work? It feels like a work, but they don't often get to swear like that. But yeah, I saw on the commentary, which it made me feel uncomfortable listening to Beth Phoenix be like, "Well, you're being kind of rude," because I felt like they were being way too real about it, in the sense of like, play it down a little bit, guys. Like, but then again, it's working.
Yeah.
And then when he punted him, because he's like, and nothing's ever going to change because you're still going to be a small little bitch. And I was like, oh, shit! And then he jumps at him and just punts him on the table. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. This is a good angle, man.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
But I feel like, what's their names? The Undisputed Era is going to lose... They're going to lose all their flair when they go to the main card. They've been on NXT for too long doing this shtick, to where when it comes to WWE or the main roster, it's either going to change or it's going to be old. Like AOP.
Yep.
War
Raiders, yep. They turned into a comedy
Insanity. You know what I mean? Like now Eric Bischoff's back in TNA. So which I think that's pretty sweet. Hopefully that'll help them out there. But yeah, that's the little AEW there. Little AEW and little WWE. I did want to mention on the last episode, I talked a little bit about the Lego Hulkbuster that I have. So I want to do kind of like a review of that, essentially. This is it. It's probably hard to see in the video.
Korg, shut the fuck up!
Right, Korg. Hey, man. You got enough button on my back. You want to shut it off so you don't hear me talk no more? So this is the new Hulkbuster. I've added to it to make it a little bit more bulkier.
You always do.
Which I always do. I added bigger arms to it, bigger shoulder pads. I added these little booster-looking things. The hole inside with the little computer kind of attachment. You already looked at it. I added those. They didn't have them in theirs, which I thought was kind of stupid. I think this is a very good build. It's a huge Hulkbuster. They've made essentially 5 Hulkbusters. This is probably the most articulate, average store-bought size. There is another one that's probably this tall, and it's, I think, $1,000. And it comes with like a full base that looks like it takes the armor off of it.
Whoa.
It lights up. I think it comes with like an Iron Man, and that's for like the hardcore collectors. I mean, I personally wouldn't buy it because I don't care that much about the Hulkbuster suit to need a $1,000 one.
I'm thinking how many Legos
That's
you could buy with
insane.
$1,000.
Yeah.
Sets that you really want.
Seriously. But I do enjoy this Hulkbuster quite a bit. This is, when I do my own display, this would be the one that I would put in my Infinity War setup with Banner in the cockpit, because this is a sweet one. I really dig it. Put it in my jaw. They made 2 Hulkbuster ones. They made one for Age of Ultron, and then they made one for Infinity War that Bruce Banner is actually in. I had bought both of them. I took them both apart and made my own. So this is, like, if you ordered both of those, you could make your own. It could kind of look like this, maybe. But this is my own custom-built Hulkbuster. To me, I thought this was, like, the coolest one up to this point. I still think this one's really badass because he's bulky. He's like a little fucking battle tank. I like the shoulder spots, how they look kind of fucking hunched, like he's just ready to fucking go. But in comparison, size, you can see there's quite a difference. But the big thing is, actually I'll show the last one. And then this was the one made for Endgame, which was the War Machine Hulkbuster, which I don't know if this is in the comics or not. I wouldn't see why it wouldn't be. It's a pretty cool idea. It definitely wasn't in the movie at all. Just another set to be sold with the name. Get people to buy it, like me. It's basically the same as this one, just a little, like, bulkier with a lot more fucking guns on it. Like, I added these little spikes to make it look like he's got knuckles. I added this little gun, blah, blah, blah. Pretty neat, though. All 3 of these are pretty sweet. I have another Hulkbuster. The original Hulkbuster that they made, I took when I made this one, so I had just a mech frame left. Yeah. So I ended up making the Ironmonger. That was, what's his face's?
Obadiah.
Obadiah Stane, Jeff Bridges' character. So I essentially made his Ironmonger Hulk suit, which is cool to have my own custom of that. Cool. These, to give a quick, better look, these are the boxes. I mean, they're all these sets, they're all the same size boxes. They were all the same fucking price. They're basically all the same. You get a Hulkbuster with like 4 figures in each set. This is the War Machine one where you get the 2 Outriders and Ant-Man and War Machine. This is the newest one where you get the 2 AIM agents. You get Rescue, which is Gwyneth Paltrow's character in the MCU. And then you get a new Iron Man suit, which was cool. The new Hulkbuster, yada yada, like I said. And then this was the Infinity War one, where it takes place on Wakanda. You get Bruce Banner, an Outrider, Falcon, and Proxima Midnight. So you can kind of get an idea of like that's what that Hulkbuster was. And then this sucker is the very first one they ever did. Actually, this was, I think, the very... Oop, I keep clicking on things. As long as I didn't click stop, we're good.
Nope, you're good.
This was the very first Hulkbuster. I think this was like the second Lego set I ever got for the Marvel.
Wow.
Came with Scarlet Witch, a big figure Hulk, Ultron, Iron Man, and the Hulkbuster. There are similarities between the two, but yet there are very, very big differences. I think it's pretty sweet. I love the Hulkbusters. I was out looking today at some of the new ones. The only one I really still want is the Venomsaurus Rex. I think it's really awesome.
Cool.
Big Venom-style T-Rex. Comes with Spider-Man, another character, and then Spider-Ham. I did not realize he was in the set till I was looking at it today. I'm like, I glanced, I'm like, what the fuck? And it's Spider-Ham. So of course I have to have
cool.
that.
That's awesome.
Some of the other sets I've talked about them before are the new Helicarrier. There's an Iron Man Hulk or Iron Man bust of just his helmet. There's a new Avengers Tower. There's a small 4+ for smaller kids tower.
Cool.
I think that might be it, really. But that might be it for the Legos.
Have you seen the Spider-Man mask where the eyes can shrink and stuff?
Is that a Lego?
No, it's like
a toy?
Yeah.
Oh no, I've never seen that.
I thought that.
I have not seen that.
I don't know how you control it, but
I do want to move out of movies. And I also have, it's waiting to the end. Well, kind of toward the end. This is probably close to the end, right?
It's gotta be it.
Yep.
Yeah, less than 10 minutes left.
Keep the time grip.
These were minifigs, Legos, that I had ordered. Well, Marcadius had ordered for me, I don't know.
A while. Back a couple weeks.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually, wasn't it? I already know, I had him order 2 sets. One set of one and one set of another. I don't want to say what they are yet until I get into it. But I know what this one is just by feeling the bag. So I got these ready. Because hopefully they're all in the bag. Because that would suck. They are the Fantastic Four. New versions of them. And the very first minifigs I started collecting at Comic-Cons were the Fantastic Four. So this is kind of really awesome. Like it's a little family reunion.
Cool.
Get it? Because they're the first family. So there's my Human Torch that I had. That's the first and only one I ever had. My Thing. And they're all classic looking. Invisible Woman. Again, you can't see him up there anyways. But Mr. Fantastic, he came with long legs and a long arm. Human Torch, Johnny Storm, I just bought at a con. And I gave him that little medal. I don't know why. I just thought he looked even more cockier with a medal on. Which just adds to his character. I do have an Invisible Woman as she is invisible.
Oh.
That's why I have Johnny as that. Boom, boom. I don't have another one of him until now. And even if you look at her outfit, you can see the 4.
Oh, damn, yeah.
So it's very... Nice. I mean, I like how detailed they are with that shit.
Wow.
That's the appreciation. So there's that. Not only does the set come with those 4... I didn't even grab my little Doctor Doom. It comes with a Doctor Doom, which I think looked awesome from the picture. This is my Deacon Frost, the Blade villain. It's random. And a leader, or the leader, who is a classic Fantastic Four villain. They kind of hinted towards him in the Incredible Hulk movie with Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Mr. Blue. Would later on, if they continued it, would have became the leader. Which I think he should have been Mr. Orange, because his outfit is always orange. That's my version. It's a Frankenstein head.
Cool.
Because you know what I'm going for there, right?
Head, yeah.
Right. And then he's just in an orange Arkham Asylum prison suit, because he escaped from prison. And then Scream. This is my version of Scream.
Oh, neat.
Is that
Yeah.
pretty good, right?
Sure.
Nice.
She is the female version of Carnage in Venom. She's an all-yellow symbiote. Her hair is like bright red and it's alive. So that's my version of that. So let's do a little unveiling. Very excited to get these. I can tell by that thing. That's fucking weirdly detailed and I dig it. I really, really dig that. So here's the thing. My newest thing. Let's put this some bitch together. Now I don't know what these ones are based off of. I don't know if these are supposed to be based off of that Josh Trank
Probably.
Fantastic Four movie. Probably, because I think the Human Torch in this is black, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
I think he was. I hope they're tight, because I hate it when the arms are loose. Maybe that's too tight, motherfucker. There we go. I like this, because that's classic, and you can feel all the detail on his arms.
This movie's had really good action sequences, too.
Yeah, it has.
Very surprised.
That's a cool shot with it going back and forth.
Well, right, even though it's very fast-paced, the action cuts back and forth, it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
I do enjoy this myself.
His suit's great. I mean, for the time, his suit looks great.
This isn't amazing.
But it's fantastic.
It looks like Killer Croc from fucking Suicide Squad.
I really do like it, though.
One arm has, like, no color on it.
Yeah, it looks like it got kind of smeared a little bit. I really don't mind that.
No, it's...
Because, I mean, rocks are inconsistent.
Yep.
And it just adds a completely different...
Yeah.
Because even though, like I said, I don't know if these are the movie-based ones, but now I basically have the comic book version and movie version of almost all my characters.
Yep.
Which looks cool, because now I can put these guys away and put these... Who has a piano like that? That's when you know you're dealing with a supervillain. I got a piano on the top of my castle.
I don't care if it gets wet when it rains, damn it.
Right. I'll come out here and play it.
My minions
melody.
move it out here every day. And then put it back in the castle.
Well, he's killing all of his minions. That's probably why he's so pissed. Now I got to move my piano by myself.
Imagine moving that up there for this movie. They probably use the crane.
Oh, yeah. I would tell him to go fuck off, though, if I was a minion. Yeah, I don't mind this thing at all. I really don't. Even with the imperfections in it, I really don't mind that. Because it's all there. Other than, like, just kind of a makeshift paint job, which I could probably take markers and just thicken the lines. I really don't mind that. Because he's so much different than that one. So much. I got her, bitch.
It's my last symphony.
Look at, she looks like a Bond girl.
Yeah. Shoot her.
Whoa, you missed me, Captain!
Oh.
Oh, it just falls? Man, I hope...
Playing Plinko with the Captain America shield.
Right. Alright, here's all the mini bags. We will do... Is this one of the ones? You know what?
Is it not what you thought?
It's not the Fantastic Four one. It's the other one, and they put the thing in it.
Really?
Yup. So I bet you when I get the Fantastic Four ones, it won't have him in it, or it'll have an extra one in it. So change of the guard. Because I'm looking at this, I'm like, that's a Captain America shield. What the fuck? He didn't come in this one. So this set is from the Black Widow movie. Sorry guys. Looks like the Thing is the only one that got his big debut here today.
Sorry.
So they did a Black Widow, or they have a Black Widow movie coming out for the MCU called Black Widow. There you go. There's the name of it.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. She's dead. Spoiler alert. Hey. Hey. They did the Lego set, and then one of the only 3 characters that came in the Lego set was a new Black Widow, Yelena, in her white suit, and then Taskmaster, which I didn't really love. I did not love that Taskmaster. I thought they could have done better for him being the first time they did him like really as a movie character or whatever. So then, but there were so many characters in that movie just from that trailer that are like, oh man, like I want Rachel Weisz's character. I want, oh wow, Captain America just straight up fucking killed him with his shield!
Oh my god, did you see him hit the rock?
Oh my god, I hope there's a fucking shark that comes and eats him. Is he straight up just killing people?
Way to go, Cap.
Look at that! He just murdered them and he broke the fourth wall! Did you see him look directly at the camera like, yeah, I just did that. Watch this. This is
that
totally...
guy is straight up dead.
Watch this. He will look right at the camera for your satisfaction. Look at him. To make sure you know.
He's a wink and a nod.
Right. I just killed that bitch. Watch this.
She went off too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's
he looked right at us saying, I
no, I'm
just
gonna
killed
go
her.
fuck that blonde.
Right.
Bitch.
This is a horrible movie.
It's graphic.
What the hell was his name? David Harbour.
Yeah.
Couldn't think of his name. I wanted the David Harbour figure of the Red Guardian and so on and so forth. So like any of these figure packs that you buy online that have like 8 figures in it, you're gonna get like 4 or 5 from like one theme, and then there's like 2 or 3 just kind of randomly thrown in there. Like the Fantastic Four one.
Yeah.
Scream, for whatever reason, is gonna be thrown in that set. The Leader makes sense. I know there's a couple others I thought that were in that one. But so we'll see who's in these, because I don't remember. You know I murdered them. Don't tell a soul.
Is that it?
That's it. I didn't mind this movie, to be honest.
I liked it. Yeah, that was good.
This is
Wow.
Winter Soldier as Captain America.
Kills people, Captain America. He kills villains.
I'm not sure if those people were even bad. I don't really understand the theme of this movie. I think Captain America might have been the villain.
He might have been. He was
We
high
definitely want to mention, because Mark and I mentioned it before the show, if you are a video gamer at all and you play any of the Rocksteady Batman games, it was pretty sweet that it was just announced that Rocksteady is doing a Suicide Squad game, and they've only released one image. That's a cool shield. And the image so far is Superman with his back to the camera, and you just see a little bit of his face with the crosshairs of a sniper rifle on his head, and it says Suicide Squad in the crosshairs. And then I watched a video where they zoomed in on Superman's face, and it looks like he's got like a big crack going down the side of his face, and his eye looks a little fucked up. So I'm going to go off the theory of it's Bizarro, and maybe this is Bizarro's first introduction into the DC universe, so people think he's Superman and he's bad.
Yeah.
So, but they've always hinted at doing a my God, what am I trying to think? Suicide Squad game
Yeah.
throughout some of the other games, but they never took it off anywhere, never really got going until now, which is exciting. It's very exciting to see that.
And we've been waiting for
Quite a while for a new anything from Rocksteady. This is one reason why I love, if anybody can see this, why I absolutely love ordering custom Legos, because not only one are the people, head to toe, arm to fucking arm, leg to leg, detailed more than a Lego minifigure is going to be. Because most of the time you're going to get a minifigure and it's just his chest, his torso that's detailed. This is both of his legs, both of his fucking arms, and this gun. Look at that goddamn gun. That's an M16 with a grenade launcher attached to it.
Yep. That he would carry.
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool that that's a custom little goddamn gun. And you're right, exactly, like he would carry. Like, that's bad fucking ass. Now, do I need another Winter Soldier? No. But this is Winter Soldier as Captain America, which I don't have, which is very, very, very cool. I mean...
And it came with a couple extra arms and shit, too. And
a couple little extra hands, because, you know... I am glad, even though I'm disappointed a little bit that it wasn't the Fantastic Four set, I'm glad I got one of the Fantastic Four guys, though, in it.
Yeah.
That's like when I ordered the giant... what the hell was it? Tower.
tower.
It came with like all the minifigures, and then it came with a Thanos as a big figure in it. I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't order. Like wasn't supposed to come with that.
Right, it was like a little
extra. So, and I still think that's very cool because he looks. What do they call that? The where you take a picture of something and then you kind of just glue it. Real photo? Something like that, I guess.
I don't know.
Because that's what it looks like. It doesn't look like a sticker that. This looks like they.
Oh, like a wrapping, like a decal.
Kind of like they printed it off the screen and then were able to attach it because like that just photorealism. Jesus Christ, photorealism. That's what the fuck I'm looking for. Shit comes to me if I just keep ranting and raving. All right, let's open up. Well, we'll put you on your little stand. Your little stand over here. So that's the end. Oh, Shout did that.
Yep.
Shout also
Shout
did your
great.
you have your fucking shit movie there.
Shout is shouting loudly.
They do all of the Nickelodeon cartoons.
Yeah.
A handful of other ones, and so on and so forth. So
Watch something like
we finished the movie. I mean, I thought it was kind of better in the beginning, and the middle, and then towards the end, because he didn't look like he was fighting Red Skull anymore. He was fighting a guy with a normal face.
Yeah, it should have been Red Skull.
Yeah. But I think it's a way better movie than the other one. It's definitely one I will go back and watch.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I will. Supplies. It's the only fucking funny part of that movie.
Surprise!
No, it's not. It's not surprise. It's supplies. Supplies.
You're
so stupid. I was like, that's so fucking.
A red snapper.
A snapper. Now he was in.
He was Long Duck Dong in
Yes.
one of the John Hughes movies.
In John, yes.
16 Candles.
Was that him? That was the kid that was like friends with what's her face, Molly Ringwald. Doesn't surprise me,
Don't
no.
quote me on that.
Don't quote you.
Actually, don't believe anything I say.
This is.
That was poorly made.
This is the Sandman. I literally, within the last 2 days, have watched every ECW DVD I own, which is like 6. I've seen so many ECW matches. Blood right now is second nature to my life. It doesn't faze me. Go back and watch Born to be Wired with, obviously you know what I'm talking about, with
Sabu and Terry Funk.
Because, dude, it totally disappointed me. There's moments in the match where Sabu gets thrown up against the barbed wire, he falls down, and you literally see him yell over the ref, "Cut me! Cut me!" And you see the ref pulling blades out of his wrists, going over and checking Sabu, and literally slicing his back open. I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, I've never, ever noticed that. Ever. And then you see Sabu, he's bad. Watching his matches back, you really see he only knew how to be reckless. He did not know how to work. Because you see him pulling, he pulls out a blade, and then he loses it during the match, and you see him say to somebody, "I lost my blade, give me another." And you see the referee pull it out, hand him it, and I'm like, damn, like, that's bad. But it's still fun to watch. It's still fun to watch, but it was kind of bad. This is Black Widow in her white outfit, which is way cooler than the Yelena one. If I had time to go grab it, or if I knew this was that set, I would have grabbed hers. Because this fucking outfit looks sweet. That looks really cool. I don't like that hair. These batons are sweet. Again, those are completely new. Anything. Any style of anything. She comes with a gun. But I mean, that looks so gosh darn detailed.
Wow.
I love it. Well, Black Widow. And now, like, yes, that's a random figure, but it kind of makes sense why he would be in with, like, Natalia and them. Because, like, he's a fucking fucker. You know?
Yeah, no.
This one seems like another Black Widow of a different outfit. Oh, her more classic Black Widow outfit, which is very cool to me. I don't mind that at all. Because she has another hair. See, I like that, where it's braided. Because now she looks like some kind of Natasha. Or maybe that's got to be Natalia. I can't imagine that's the Rachel Weisz character. I still think that Yelena chick is going to be Taskmaster.
Yeah.
And then she's been in prison the whole time, and you'll see her during a scene. Her end credit scene will be her in the raft, talking to everybody after Civil War. Tony Stark just walks out of there after talking to Barton, right?
Yeah.
And then you hear this Russian voice. Is that Tony Stark?
So that's what he looks like.
Right. That's the guy Natasha was protecting.
Yep.
And then you pan over and you see it's that bitch. And it's like, oh! I have to say, did you see the controversy that Excalibur's in?
Yeah. I've seen the video, too.
I would imagine obviously that was a work. I don't think he would just, it didn't seem malicious.
No, it was definitely part of the show, but they don't want that kind of publicity.
Which is ridiculous, because Vince McMahon, what pay-per-view was it to Cena? What's up, my nigga? Like, Vince, you just called a white dude the N-word and there's not a black guy in the scene. I'm pretty sure that's racist. I think there has to be a black guy around for you to say the N-word and get approval. I don't know. Well, I just thought, I was like, yeah, come on, Booker T said it? Like, we're coming for you, nigga? Like we're gonna... I don't know. Is, what's his name? Kevin Owens in any heat for it at all, or no? Have you not seen anything? No. See, now that's a fucking Taskmaster. That's way fucking cooler. I already can tell.
What's Taskmaster's real name? Tony something?
Tony Masters?
Is it Tony Masters?
Chris Masters? I think he's the Masterpiece. He's a wrestler. So that looks awesome.
That looks sweet.
I wish I had my other ones out so I could compare them, because there really is a difference. And he looks cool. He looks really cool. And I like they actually gave him fucking weapon like in that. That's a cool shield. That's his actual logo. That makes sense. The shield they gave him is a half-assed in the Lego set. Looks half-assed, fucking made up. That looks great. That looks just like the movie. I'm so pleased. I'm overly pleased by this.
That's what I've always loved about going to the cons and seeing how detailed they are.
Well, that's what they do. That's what the Toying Around does. They buy these.
Yep.
They buy these exact package and then sell the minifigures.
Like $10 a pop.
No, like $3.
Yeah.
They sell them like $3 to $4 each. Which, when you think of it, that's how much you just paid individually for all these.
But then you'll go to another table and somebody's selling them for, $7, $8.
That's why I always go, unless it's the Albany Con, because Jesus Christ, the last time we went there, I was so overwhelmed by all the Legos they had, because I just, walking into the one room, the guy has a half-built Iron Man lab, and I'm like, oh, good Lord, give me that. I want all of that. I even said, all of that comes with that for $30. Yep, give me it. I'll take it. And now they've got another one that's like that, but it's fucking huge. It's like $80, and it is a huge Iron Man lab. I'm like, man, I really like it, but can we stop doing Iron Man shit? Can we make someone else's stuff? It's like Batman. All Batman. Batman.
Do a Bruce Banner lab or something.
Right? Do I don't even know, like a Hydra base or something. Like, if you're making something custom, make something that Lego doesn't ever do.
Right.
Do Asgard.
That would be sweet. Asgard in that one game looked amazing. The Lego game I gave to you.
Oh yeah.
This is David Harbour's character of Red Guardian. I would have liked a helmet. That would have been cool. I might be able to make one. If not, he just looks like Captain America in a Russian outfit. He's kind of loose-legged. I'll have to glue them on. But that's okay.
Yeah, Taskmaster looks sweet.
I think he looks great.
I do like the Winter Soldier, though. I think
he looks really
looking
cool.
with the gun and shit.
Did you guys ever play Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
No, I was looking at a Marvel Capcom game today for the one. I was like, you know what? Maybe for one of the tournaments.
Oh, was it Infinite?
I don't know which one it was.
That's when I first saw it.
I have to glue this one a little bit.
I was thinking for one of the tournaments, I want to do NBA Jam as one of the...
Oh, that would be fun.
That's on my little NES, too.
Yeah,
I have...
That would be perfect for, one to play.
That would be fun. No, I'm down for that. I have to glue his legs together because they're kind of loose in the midsection. because of that belt doesn't stay on very well. But I don't mind that because I've glued a lot of them before. But another cool looking shield. 3 fucking people with shields. That's sweet. David Harbour. It's the red guy. I would have liked the helmet though. The helmet. I think I could manage. I think I could make one.
That's
the Red Guardian. He's basically the Russian version of Captain America. And the fun never ends.
So
2 more Black Widows, which one of them has to be... What's her face? Yeah, this is the Age of Ultron one, which I have like 1,000 of them. Oh, that's cool. They made that baton thing a different color.
Nice.
Wicked.
I wonder if that one is the Rachel Weisz character. The one that you already put down.
I think so too, because of the hair.
Yeah.
I really do think so. Which I'll have to do something because I'll get them all confused.
Hey, did you guys see that the Bill and Ted might be coming straight to
The video on demand?
Yeah.
I'm alright with that.
They're thinking it.
Honestly, I don't think a movie like that's really going to do that well in theaters anyways. It's got such a niche.
You're not going to get as much, because people now...
They're so picky on what they're going to go see, and I don't... There's going to be a certain demographic.
They're not going to go see it just because it's Keanu Reeves, you know?
Yeah.
I agree.
That'd be something. I
guess it's whatever one I want it to be is going to be the Rachel Weisz.
I think there's a certain caliber of movie that you won't go straight to video with.
Right. You're not going to go there with $1 million budget
like
movie.
Black Widow won't ever.
No, they're going to wait for that to be in theaters.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they're going to wait.
It's going to put butts in seats.
I think it's kind of strange that they're not putting the Snyder Cut in theaters.
Yeah,
only because by the time it comes out next year, the movies theaters are going to be all opened up and everything again.
That is a little odd.
Yeah.
But HBO's getting it. HBO Max.
HBO.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is the Rachel Weisz. Because this outfit here looks like the one she's wearing in the trailer when she's standing there and there's like burning rubble behind her for Scarlet. Which is totally cool with me.
Got red in her ledger. She's trying to get it out.
I mean, do I need that many Black Widows? No. But after seeing the movie, how many Black Widows do I know that might be existing? So you never know.
That's my least favorite line that she says is, I've got red in my ledger.
I don't understand it. I mean...
You don't have red in your ledger.
Does the red mean...
It's bleeding.
What does that even mean?
Like a lot of illegal shit.
Is that all that means, is the red?
Record, yeah.
Say it like that then. No one gives a fuck about your smartness. Yeah, I'm going to definitely go with that being Rachel.
Yup.
I'm surprised they didn't have a Yolanda in there.
Because the face is different, too.
I can't believe they didn't have her in there. I guess the shitty one I have is going to be the one I use. This motherfucker right here. I hope he is in this movie as a surprise villain. His name is Crimson Dynamo. He is the Russian version of Iron Man.
Wow.
He, when they did... He probably won't be, actually. But when they did, oh my Christ. Whiplash.
Yep.
Oh, I'm not going to get that head off.
Was he in, Russia?
He was... Yeah, Ivan Vanko is... I'm not going to get that head off. Holy crap, that's not that tight. Ivan Vanko is Whiplash. And when he's in that, Iron Man suit at the end and he kind of fights War Machine and Tony at the same time, that's his kind of character, but it's not. Gotta get this fucking head off of there. To get a pair of pliers or something, I'm not gonna be able to get that. It doesn't even twist. I hope I don't imagine it's glued on, but should I get that off with your big strong hands? Let's twist that motherfucker right up. Did you
Holy shit.
Oh, I thought you got it off.
Oh.
I was like, did he really just get that off? I might have to get the pliers and... Good thing his face isn't noticeable.
Wow.
Well...
Thanks, China.
Yeah. Give us your fucking COVID in this.
Kung Flu. Right? I can say that.
That's like a t-shirt idea.
That's what the fucking president called
Trump
it.
says it.
I know, but it's like a t-shirt idea.
Kung Flu.
How is that not on t-shirts? Welcome to Comic Wrestling Podcast, where you're going to get Kung Flu. Kung Flu Naki. Kung Flu Naki!
We watched the press conference last night of Donald's. And he kept saying, blind in both eyes. The veterans will be receiving compensation or aid, but you have to be blind in both eyes. He said that like 5 times, and I just kind of went, okay, both eyes.
Well, Matt Murdock's got it. He's going to be good.
Yeah, he's good.
You're a bitch! I don't like that helmet. I feel like they could have got a detailed helmet and put a better... But that's okay. But he's supposed to have all that on, and his name is Crimson Dynamo, and he's bad. But there's them. We'll get that on there later. I'm not worried about that.
Look at all that arsenal right there.
Mostly hands. Oh no, you're right. Yeah, mostly hands. But that was one of the packs I wanted. And that was a kind of a long unboxing, but that's all right because most of our podcast episodes go around 2 hours, so that really just that squeezed it in. I am going to go on here because you're hanging out for a little bit after. And I want to show you something else you could maybe order.
Is it on the same website?
Most likely, yes.
That website was sick.
Yes. They have a Harry.
I want stuff.
They have a Harry Potter.
You have to tell me what it is because I want to.
I follow them on Facebook.
What is the 01 bricks? That's what it is. 01 bricks.
Okay.
Because you can literally, dude, you can get. Because I'm gonna order them. An army of like 20 elven.
Oh yeah, you were telling me like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I'm like, I want all of those. Like what else? They had like classic Electro on there. I want. They had a classic Chameleon that I wanted. They have a handful of them, but they had a Harry Potter castle that's like normally like $80.
Uh-huh.
It's like $30. I'm like, oh my, I want that so I can have my Doctor Doom castle. I do hope the other one of this set though comes in the mail soon.
I do too because I haven't. I'll be on the lookout.
Can you track it or no?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know you still could do that. But I went to, just speaking of tracking, I went to GameStop today and I didn't know they were opened up. But going by that way in Saratoga, and I'm like, oh shit, I want to run in there, see if they have my Marvel Mysterio. That's a zombie Funko that I ordered way back when Corona wasn't a thing. So I go in there and I'm talking to the guy and I'm like, oh, you know, I ordered this, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh yeah, we haven't gotten any of those yet because we just opened up, blah, blah, blah. I was like, alright, so I'm looking around and that's when I bought my game. So I'm looking at their Funkos. They don't have a huge selection, but everything is buy one, get one free. I'm like, well, that's normally not a deal they have. It's buy 6, get half off on your 7.
Yeah, they're kind of Jews with that.
But they had a couple Dragon Ball Z ones that I liked, but I didn't get any. But they had this, which I really dig. It was $30. It's one of the big Funkos. Thing is a zombie.
That's cool.
I was like, that's awesome. That's so cool. Now again, that's one of the really big ones.
He should be big because he's a big guy.
Yeah, it's true. I think that's just awesome looking. I would have snagged it if I wasn't getting that game because that was very neat. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought those Funkos were sweet. And if you see, because I've seen it once at Walmart, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze Funko.
Cool.
But the box looked like somebody stepped on it. And I'm like, don't even put that on the shelf.
Right.
Don't put that on the shelf. But if you see...
Everybody free.
If you see...
Or chill.
Tommy Lee Jones's Two-Face at your Walmart or anything like that, will you snag it for me, please?
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
Whoa.
They have all the villains. Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, Danny DeVito's Penguin, Tommy Lee Jones' Two-Face, Jim Carrey's Riddler, Jack Nicholson's Joker, and Schwarzenegger's Freeze. They have all of them.
That's awesome.
I want all of them. I really, really, truly want all of those villains.
If you like a character, most likely there's a Pop Funko.
Sometimes.
You know?
I wish I collected them when the Breaking Bad ones were out. I would have loved to have gotten a couple Walters, different Walters where he's in the underwear, hazmat suit. Different ones I would have loved. But
Pinkman. Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse. I wish that was on DVD. Just randomly, El Camino. I need to find that.
It will probably be.
But I think that Captain America movie was over. It wasn't that great, but honestly, it was better than the other one. Yeah. And I'm not just saying that because it was entertaining visually more than the other one was even, especially right there.
Would this be like the same as the Howling Commando movie with?
Yes.
About that?
Yes. This is the same quality as that Nick Fury movie.
Wow.
Yes. Feels like it should have just been on TV, and that's about it.
I saw some of this on TV.
Very cool, though. It's always nice to even add this to the collection of my comic book movies and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, that right there gets me. He jumps down, catches the guy's attention, and then hops next, one step over just to get shot at. Like, hey, I'm over here. Now I'm over here. I love it. I love that campiness of this.
I like that suit.
But I think we hit everything on my little notes up there on the screen. I can't see what they are. But for the most part, I think we touched on all those little topics, and we had a 2-hour podcast, that's really the point. Not really the point, but it's kind of the goal. But yeah. I would like to thank both of you guys for the movie talk. Not a huge topic, but it's a topic we all enjoy, and we can.
And there's not a lot really going on to talk about.
Well, there is a lot of comic book movie news and rumors and stuff going on, and I just.
But if there's none to watch or go see, it kind of.
Well, it's not even that. I mean, that's because I don't want to just always just do reviews and just have that to be talking about. I want research to be done, or to be okay, this is to have a conversation. We shouldn't just always rely on visually seeing something, but I don't know, I haven't had the energy to want to sit down and take the notes like I did at one point with all the comic book stuff. I know there's a bunch of other movies that are out, but yeah, I don't know. I don't even know.
I want to see The Hunt. I'm gonna rent it.
Yeah, that's just a fun movie, regardless political. Put your political shit aside and just watch a movie that's you can sit back and be like, wow, really? This exists in 2020? Okay,
Let's do that.
That's fun. I don't have any idea what the next topic is going to be for the rest or for the comic shop. I have a good feeling it's going to be. Well, how do I say this? The one podcast to rule them all. If I could subtly hint to that.
Yeah.
The one podcast to rule them all.
Wow.
I like it.
I believe that's what we'll do though.
Cool.
Okay.
So if you guys want to go, rewatch those again or whatever. I know I have your
poster.
If you want, I'll figure out how to hang it up or whatever.
Oh God, I gotta find it.
I will. I'm definitely going to watch.
I just rewatched that.
I'm going to watch because you let me borrow your.
Yeah.
And I didn't have the DVD player at that point, but I'm going to watch them because. But yeah, on that note,
I'm so excited.
This has been a pretty entertaining comic shop. A little bit of unboxing of some Legos. Some new stuff is out. Captain America movie, Scoob, really shitty UHF. It's all perspective, folks. So
it's all subjective.
Yep. And we want you to subject your... Actually, that's not the word. I want you to submit your fucking comments in the comments if you see us on YouTube, like the video, share the video, leave a comment for real because I don't know. Tell your friends.
Even if you watch the video for 5 minutes, just say
like
something.
Yeah. Right. You don't have to be double blind to get our podcast. You can be impaired, in a wheelchair, paraplegic, quadriplegic. I don't care what disabilities you have, because we have them too. And we want to say, from our hearts to yours, this is Marcadius, this is Deadly Dave, that's my fucking dog. I am Ace Williams, and
that's Korg.
Yeah, Korg.
This is the Comic Shop.
He's out his words.
He's an asshole. But thanks for watching, listening, however you tuned it. If you legally downloaded it, I don't give a shit. Thanks again. And we got 3 words for you. We're taking over.